taken into account, and because the Guru is the one who has come in the proper lineage, the proper training, and with the proper vision, because each one must have taken the Shruti and developed their own vision, they should have come into this lineage. They only will be able to give. Why this Matatrayacharya? Then so many people are, so many sadhus were there, Bidi sannyasis were there. Why the three Matacharyas are being considered to be, they had the vision, they have come in the lineage, the great lineage, they have created a lineage. In fact, because the greatest magnum opus which Shankara Bhagavad has written is the Viveka Chudamani. The first thing, is invoking is that of the that of his guru. He says, Sarva Vedanta Siddhantam Gocharam Tama Gocharam. Govindam Pranatosmam, Govindam Paramanandam, Sadgurum Pranatosmam. This is what says. Sarva Vedanta Siddhantam, everything, may be, available, maybe note to me. Finally, Gocharam Tama Gocharam. Perception. That who gives that perception? Who takes you into that? That is Guru. Gocharam Tama Gocharam. The perception which will be there, and sometimes you will not be able to get the proper perception also, that you are also being given Tama Gocharam. Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmam. So Govindam Paramanandam is finally the Narayana, the actually ultimate, the Govindam. He gives that. How he gives that is that is the finally one. He looks at the highest Brahman, who can give that particular the knowledge to you. He is the Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmam. Let me invoke that Guru. Because why Jagat Gurus are called Jagat Guru? Because they are showing who is the Jagat Guru. Krishnam Mande Jagat Guru. When they show Krishnam Mande Jagat Guru, it is with Govindam Paramanandam. That's what he has said. So when that is being said like that, Sadgurum Pranatosmiha. Finally, because who has shown that Govindam, who has shown that Paramanandam, yeah, let him finally guide me. That's what he says. So that is the final ultimate, aim for everyone, who want to get into this highest knowledge. Therefore, you need a Guru. And this is exactly, once this has been said, it's also said, it's also indirectly refers to his Guru. He's a Govinda Bhagavatpada. Govindam Paramanandam, when he says, it's not only the Govinda, the ultimate Narayana, it's also Govinda Bhagavatpada. He said like that. Everyone has given that particular importance to the Guru, what it is. Likewise, because Ramanujacharya also, when he went to Tirupati, because he was very, very, in fact, he considered even the hill to be so sacred. It is said that, he wanted to climb entire thing by his head, like Karekalamiyar. He didn't want to touch the stone, with his legs. That is how, he had the reverence. When he had, because when he saw that Tirupati Srinivasa, he has composed a slokam. He says, Asesha Cheta Achit. Ashesha Chetna Achetna. Because in the sense, he is Asesha. He is the one who has got no end, no limitation. Chetna Achit, he says Acheta, Asesha Chetna Achit. And he is the one finally taking everything to the highest level. And when he is taking what he says, when you are taking everyone and all, you are the one finally guiding to. You have got, because in Visishtadvaita, the concept is, entire thing is Sarira Mimamsikam. Sarira Mimamsikam, in the sense, he has come in the form of, because we are all part of the Sarira of the Bhagavan. That is the Brahman. That is the Vishnu. So you are part of that entire his creation. He is the body of the, he is encompassing everyone. Virat Swarupa. Vishwarupa is there. We are all part of it. In Vishwarupa, what you are seeing everything and all. So when you are part of that, you will have to realize you are part of that. Supposing, your hands are there, your fingers are there. You don't bother about fingers and hands. They are part of it. But they will have to help you whenever you want. So they are part of it. Likewise, we are all part of the Sarira Mimamsikam. That is what the Visishtadvaita says. See, then when he says, when you finally get it, Sesha Sahini, because once you say Sesha Shesha Achit, because once you are there and all, finally you take us. Sesha Sahini is reminded of Srirangam, because he is from Srirangam, and if you go, there is a Ramanujacharya's particular statue is also there. It's not statue is there; it is his body as it is embalmed. Even you are able to see the fingertips and the nails and all everything was. He is reminded of that, and you take me. Finally, you give me the final Nirmala Kalyana Gunapurna, because he Twayam Namaha, when he says, you have to take me under. He comes and prays to Srinivasa, but he says, you are the entire, within you, all of us are there. You give us, your sort of a grace to realize that we are part of it. Finally, you take a Seshasayane, because finally, when you are sitting on the Yoga Nidra, when you are there, you give your grace so that all of us take it. The similar thing is absolutely been, because in Madhvacharya's case, because we all know Madhvacharya is sort of when he was doing puja, he was doing once as a Bhima and once as a Hanuman and once as a Madhvacharya himself. He was doing puja to Rama, as a Hanuman, and he was doing puja to Krishna as the Bhima, and once he was doing Balakrishna as Madhvacharya. When he had all the three forms, when we were doing Narayana Panditacharya, who couldn't, get his, because he was not coming out of this entire sanctorium. When he was reciting even the Naivedya mantra of Dvadasa Stotra, three times when he couldn't come, he just couldn't, keep his curiosity, control. When he opened and found when he was doing all the three in three forms, then he has composed the great Harivayustuti. In the great Harivayustuti, what Narayana Panditacharya, he was extolling his Guru. When he was extolling his Guru, when what is Srimad Vishnu Angira Nishta Adhiguna Guruttama Srimad Ananda Tirtha Trailogyacharya Pado Jwala Jala Jala Rasat Pantoswan Punaha. When he said, because when he was telling his Guru, you are having the unstinted, you cannot take away, it is an established Vishnu Bhakti. When you are having the Guru who is having such a Vishnu Bhakti, who is finally going to show the Jagat Guru, that it's why, is Jagat Guru Trailokacharya. Trailokacharya Pado Jwala. Because when the water that is being, because when you are doing, Padotakam to the Guru, when that Pado, it is a jewel, because it's like dazzling. Jwala Jala Pantoswan Punatu, like a lotus, that will be blooming, in the water. It comes to that, through that, we get the rays of the grace and the bhakti in us. That's what he says. And then, after doing that, after he composed that great poem of Harivayustuti, 41 stanzas, Madhvacharya told him, look, you will not be doing something like that. I am just only a means by which you can see the Jagat Guru. Then he composed something called Narasimha Nakastuti. That Narasimha Nakastuti is the one which he gave, you have to recite before reciting the Harivayustuti, and then after reciting the Harivayustuti, at the end, after the 41st stanza also, you will have to recite. He make it into a Sambuta. Sambuta in the sense, you are giving Salagrama in a Sambuta. Like everything, you have to be covered. Finally, whatever you are doing, Guru and all, finally they have to take you there. That is why he composed that Narasimha Nakastuti. Narasimha Nakastuti is again greatest sort of extempore. It came immediately, he composed that. Pantaspan, Purhutavairi, Balavan, Matanka, Madhyakada, Kumbo, Chatri, Vipataniki, Pratyoka Vajrayata, Srimat, Kandirvasa, Pratatu Nagara, Taridara, Dura, Pradastatvanta, Presita Marta, Bhavita, Naki Vrindaihi. Rishmi Kanta Samantato Vigalayan, Mayesh, Duste Samam, Pascham, Ustamato, Dura Tarato Pasam, Raso Yashtamaha, is Roshotkara Dakshanitri Gudila Pranto di Gagnisparaha. When he composed this entire song, what does it mean? What he said, because it is said, he is the Narasimha who has to protect us. We are only a means to show the Jagat Guru. Finally, we have to realize his nails are like, the diamonds that will have to give the grace through which, let it protect us. That's what he said. And how it protects, because when he says, the first stanza of Pantospan, when he says first stanza denotes like a lion. Like a lion, which is being herd of elephants, intoxicated elephants, when they come try to attack lion, a single lion is able to just, because it conquer all the elephants. Finally, because it brings all the lion under control and his command. It's like that. So this is called, this is entire first stanza. It has got two stanzas. The first stanza is composed in a chandas called Shardula Vigritita. Shardula Vigritita, in the sense it is 19 letters, a sentence will have to 19 letters in Sanskrit, because Pingalacharya on Chandas, he is the one who has formed the meters for Chandas, because every sloka, even Sankara Bhagavatpada, Ramanujacharya, whatever they have composed, they are all in particular meters. So whenever we recite, we should know who is the Pratipatika Devata and who is the Rishi or who is the Acharya composed and what is the Chandas. It is supposed to be known by everyone who is reciting. Then only you get the full effect of that mantra. The Shardula Vidritata is the first one, the Chandas, it's 19 letters. And in that, when he says, when you elephant, when you conquered the elephant, like that you have taken Hiranyakashipu, the entire, you took up the entire liver, because the entire stomach, you have just pierced and took it out. It is called Shardula Vigrita. Shardula in the sense like a lion. You might be knowing the name Shardul Thakur, because we are having, because all those cricketers, Shardul is a very famous name in North. Shardul is the one who is like a lion, who is having the courage. You have got the indomitable spirit to get the knowledge. He has got the indomitable spirit, Vairagya, to get to the highest level. So that is what Shardula Vigritita. He composed first one as if the entire stomach of the Hiranyakashipu is being taken out. And the next stanza, Lakshmi Kanta Samantato Viklayan Neveshi Suste Samam Paschomusto Duratarato Pasam Prasoyishtamaha. When that stanza comes, he's got Snigdara. Snigdara in the ones when you are trying to have it as a sort of garland around your neck. After taking the stomach of Hiranyakashipu, he just took the like a garland around his neck. That is called Snigdara. The Chandas is called Snigdara. Yes, excellently, it was used, by Srimad Madhvacharya and both. He has given the entire concept. This has to be done like that, because this is what he has finally recited that, and you will have to recite both, because that means it is not, I am a guru, but finally I will have to show you the Paramaguru, the Paramatma. That is, I am just not even, because in front of even the nail of the Paramatma, I am nothing, because it's so vast. You will not be able to comprehend. You will not be able to, because even you will not be able to just, you will get a flash of it. In flash of the nail only you will be able to get, when you are realizing that a small flash that comes, that is what Prahalada got. But for us, we will have to go miles to get that. So when you are getting that type of intuition, that is the highest level of your realization. Because that is what, that's why Guru is required. The Guru who has come in a lineage, and everyone in all the Acharyas who extol the Guru. Even Sri Ramanujacharya, the Vishishtadvaita as a concept, it was existing as a Vaishnavism earlier, but he perfected by writing the Bhashyas and Brahmasutram, Sri Bhashyam and other things and all. Before him, Yamunacharya and all those Acharyas were there. When he decided, finally, when he perfected that, he surrendered, because finally when he surrendered, this is what he said. He has to, whatever one's effort is, he has to get the realization, darshana, you have to get the darshana. That's why our philosophies are not called the philosophies, they are called darshana. You have to realize yourself, and they have given the way, marga, to all of us, so that we realize. That is how they have given it. So this entire thing, when it is given, because like the same thing, because the Narasimha avatar is considered to be, while Krishna is said to be a Purna avatar in a particular term, Narasimha avatar is one which is considered to be the highest for any Vairagya and evolution to the highest level to get the knowledge. In fact, the Lakshmi Kanta Samantato with the next stanza, when he says, because you just, because with your Ugra, on your right eye, you can destroy everything. Destroy what you can destroy. Destroy the ignorance. It will just go away. Finally, you will get it. So when that has been, that's why, because Nammalvar also, because in Thiruvayimuli, yes, Adi Aham Karaindu, Isai Padi Manamurhi, Nadi Narasimha, and Vadi Vanagadaguvain. Because what he says, finally to get the knowledge, you will have to get, you will have to get that, Pratipadya, one particular vision is there, a particular deity is there. That is why, we call it, we have got Ishta Devata when we call it. Ishta Devata for Vairagya, Ishta Devata is Narasimha. That's how it has to be taken. In fact, Shankara Bhagavatpada has composed a great poem called Karavalamba Stotra. Karavalamba Stotra, giving me a helping hand. Karavalambam. See, I am helpless. You give me a helping hand. Karavalamba stotram, because when he says even Karavalambam, Pranatosmi Kalamalambam, because there are about 17 stanzas beautiful, he gives it to Narasimha. He is reciting the sloka to Lakshmi Narasimha to reduce the Ugra of Ugra Narasimha and take you to the highest level with his grace and get the highest vairagya. This is what the entire the concept is. This is where the guru is important. Not everyone in a Tam, Dick and Harry, in every dime a dozen, you cannot get guru. Guru is the one who will be able to find rare among rarest. That's what because we saw in the last mantra. Anuprashta, you will not be able to get everywhere and all. You will have to get. When you get, he has to have the lineage. And that is why, because even the last mantra, what we have seen last week, na narena, avarena, prokta eva, because the one, who is just, because not capable enough, who knows only the scriptures, avarena, because he's still not evolved. He has not realized. He may be, knowing the scriptures, he may be reciting, he may be quoting here and there, but he will not be able to take you. Na narena avarena prokta eva suvijnayo bahuta chintaya manaha. Suvijnaya bahuta chintaya manaha. Suvijnaya, one finally vigya in the sense, jnaya is the sense, jnaya is the sense, knowledge. Vigya in the sense, specialized knowledge. Suvijnaya is the sense, highest, sanctified, special knowledge. That knowledge, suvijnayo bahuta chintaya manaha. Bahuta chintaya manaha, because it's vast. See, because Madhvacharya has taken, the effort to extol only is nakastuti, only naka, the tip of the finger, because he is so vast, you will not be able to comprehend, you will not be able to describe and give the comprehension to give it to everyone. That is how you took it up. Because we will have to understand when we are realizing and when we are getting into that what does it mean, for us in the present world. You will have to go further into Adhyatma. When you go further into that Atmatma, that even to realize the dazzle of the entire, because like Karavalamba Stotram, what the Sankara Bhagavad has said, or the Ramanujacharya as he invoked in front of the Tirupati Srinivasa, or the Shankara Bhagavad what because Madhvacharya what is in Nakastuti, all those things their journey has to continue. When your journey has to continue, you will have to gather the Vairagya to continue. You will have to be steadfast, because there will be so many things. It's not that you be a recluse. You can't be a recluse. This is exactly now we will have to remember Sri Vivekananda what he said. Vivekananda said that the one who has gone to Himalayas, the throwing out everything, because not able to face everything, he has also missed the bus. And one who has been here and indulged into everything and all day to day, he has also missed the bus. You will have to find a way to be here to see, to serve the humanity as it were. Finally, you see what you see in the humanity, whether the world is real or unreal or the world is illusion and all. You are seeing the beings, you are seeing the animals, you are seeing the human beings who need to be served. You serve them. That is the highest level of realization. That will come when you are able to take I and me out of that. Because if we are indulging into the yogatramam, once I have sufficient thing, once I have 5 houses and 5 cars and reasonably good bank balance, then I will get into Adhyatma, and it will not happen at all. Hello? Here, okay.
Yes.
So suddenly, so Adhyatma is the journey into Adhyatma is always, it is not periodical journey, it is a continuous journey, and the journey will have to be sort of evolved by our own efforts. Nobody will be able to help you. But in our case, Adhyatma journey is as long as possible. You try to be dispassionate about anything, but you don't. It's not that you totally neglect the world and all. Because as they say, when, because you have to understand in the philosophy, in Indian philosophy, what you understand is, you might have different kind of ornaments. You may be having a necklace, you may be having a bangle, you may be having a ear stud. So many things will be there. But finally, the mood thing, because the substratum of entire thing is the gold. You will have to understand it is gold. Maybe once you are understanding the gold, it is not necessary, because you will have to throw out other things. Other things you will have to keep it. It's not that, once it's only gold. Now I understood, I don't need the necklace. Even if you want to throw out in your house, no one will throw out. They will buy something new and all. Okay, it's like that, you will have to, finally you will have to understand, because after all, what you are buying something out of the gold. The gold is finally that is coming out of the minds. It is again a God given. So when you see everything, the substratum is finally his. Your food is coming out of him, your money, your entire wealth is coming out of him, because kasyas viddanam. Isa vashyam idagum sarvam yetkincha jagatyam jagatina. Without minds, you will not be able to get anything. Whatever wealth we are getting, whether it is petroleum or the metals or base metals, everything, is precious metals, everything is what he has given. Without him, if the sun doesn't shine, you will not be able to get carbs. You will not have chlorophyll, because everything is given by him. But who makes the sun shine? Who makes the moon to, because take care of it? And because who takes the energy from sun and give it in the night, suppleasant energy? Likewise, when it's finally, when you understand the reason for all this, the substratum of all this is the someone, above us, someone beyond us. And therefore, we have to do whatever, and we will have to manage the resources appropriately and try to be away from dispassionately, in the sense. When you are dispassionate, you will necessarily be happy. Because when you are having agitated mind, you think that's a litmus test. You are not dispassionate. See, anything in the world, if you are agitated or anything that comes to you and all, when you are not dispassionate, when you are not dispassionate in the sense, some desire is. What is desire? Desire is when you are coming into contact with the object or a person, when you think it's going to give the benefit and joy, that is the desire. But does it give joy continuously? It will not. Whatever, even the person or the object or what you think, it doesn't give. But once you have an understanding of that, you will not be unnecessarily be after that. But you will not be rejecting whatever comes in the way. You will have to do that. Tomorrow, a new aircraft, because Boeing is preparing, and you will have to fly by that, because there is a means to travel. So that's why one question answer session was there in the Ramakrishna Mutt recently. Recently it happened, and it is the modern people who asked that. They all said, because they told Ramakrishna Mutt, your brahmacharis are being looked after well. They are wearing a very good clothes, and they are having cots to sleep and good food and all those things and all. Do you think, with this, what is that, is it the way, you are supposed to live, and what is that, you are talking about service and other things there? So that is why that sannyasi who was heading that, he said, look, you have to take care of minimum needs so that you are able to serve. He said even Vivekananda is alive today, he would have used laptop, he would have used the gadgets. Because today it helps you. With the Google, you will be able to access so many scriptures, otherwise you would not be able to. You can't go to an Asiatic library and find the rarest of rare scriptures. You can't find. Because some of the rarest of scriptures are there in Adayar library in Chennai or Asiatic library in Calcutta only. And you can't go, and now you are able to access that. You have to use the means to equip you to serve. That is the purpose. It's not that you totally, because, I will be living in the old fashion, and I will be, because I will only go through the palm leaves and all. You don't know even how to read the palm leaves. Palm leaves are all written in a different scriptures, Brahmi scriptures, several different scriptures are there. You should have a knowledge to understand. You should have the vision to see that. You don't have anything. Finally, we are into the world. We have been brought up. You use all means, whatever is available to you, but finally you get into, by having a dispassionate laptop is only to get the knowledge, not to see something else, which is going to while away the time. You can see so many options are there. Laptops are there with the children. They can play it right, left, and center, because that is their age. They want to know it. But over a period of time, they will also get fed up, because they will see something and all. Because I see a lot of children, they are also seeing something in. See, some of the games, which is being made by these Japanese and others, they are all based on human psychology. They are all guiding the human psychology. And some of the children who are using the right games, they are able to, there is a game theory in management. Why the game theory in the management is there? Even this year's Nobel Prize for Economics has been given because they have used the game theory to propound their theories. So likewise, it is not at all bad. At the same time, the only thing is, they should not get into wind away because they should not take them, and you will have to just give a parental guidance, they say. That is, you are there when they are required just to guide them. And likewise, you will have to use all facilities. Even modern mobile is going to come, you use it. But use it for the purpose. If I want to know, because Shankara Karavalamba Sutram, he said, where is it? You go to the Google, it gives you immediately. And in those days, we will have to find out who is having the book. And sometimes the book will be available torn, because we had a lot of books, my grandfather has kept. Some of them become useless, because in the sense, it could not be kept, like a library would have kept it like that, because it all went waste. So greatest scriptures in that. In Hinduism, if you want to have a library of Hinduism literature, I think, even a city is not enough. You have got so much of scriptures written by so many great acharyas and all. Finally, because we are trying to identify which are the main ones which are giving the entire the fulcrum of knowledge, so that we are able to get into the Adhyatma. So this is exactly these acharyas, because that is why the Guru is very important. As we said, the Shankara Bhagavad-pada, Ramanujacharya, and as well as the Madhvacharya, when they have given, they have all taken the effort to show you the means to Jagat Guru. They are Jagat Gurus because they are showing the Jagat Guru. Someone may question, how are you Jagat Guru? You are only in India, that too part of the India. In US, they don't know and all. Doesn't matter. They are showing that because once you read, because once you take the scriptures and read it, it covers every strand of the opinion has been taken into the Sanatana Dharma. All the Sikhism, Jainism, everything has come out of this. They have also been taken in because they have not been discarded, because they are all part of it. You will find the same Sikhism also being expounded by some Acharya in some story in Mahabharata. There is nothing that is not available in Mahabharata. Mahabharata is considered to be Shastresu Sreshtaha. And that is why in Mahabharata, when Mahabharata has given that 100,000 slokas, which has expounded the entire thing, when it has given such a knowledge, in Mahabharata only you are getting Bhagavad Gita as well as Vishnu Sahasranama. In Shiva Sahasranama is also there in Mahabharata only. Everything is there only. Vishnu Sahasranama, why is because finally in the Anusashana Parva and the Shanti Parva, when it was being recited, by Bhishma, just to, because when Arjuna asked, Kimekam Devatam Loke, Kim Vapekam Parayanam. There are so many scriptures, so many things. Which deity am I to go? Because there is Ganesha is there, Shiva is there, and that is why he brought about one thing greatly and all. All these are concept. Vivishti iti Vishnu. The one who pervades everything is the Vishnu, who is inside and outside. Shiva is the greatest concept. He is the one who is controlling your mind, thinking, the intuition. What comes is he is the one who is controlling. Shivam is the greatest concept. It's the bliss without any taint. There is not even a stain. Shivam is the ultimate. If you say bliss is the Shivam, when you say Shivogam, that is the ultimate. That is a concept. Likewise, all these concepts, to give the concept, you are being given a sort of a variety of ways to realize that. That is why Nirguna Brahma, Saguna Brahma, and even, you can have the other ways too, because in Shaiva Siddhanta, there is one more way also. When that has then, because then he says, Kimekam Devatam Loke, Kimvapekam Parayan Stavantakam Kamachanta Prapni or Vanavasubham. When we said, finally Vishnu Sahasranama is recited, he said Vishnu Sahasranama is the one which gives the highest spiritual concept of the entire, because the Bhagavad Sara of the Mahabharata. There are 1035 names, not 1000. Sahasranama is not 1000. 1035 names. Some names are repetition, but they have got a different meaning etymologically. Like Parasara Bhattar has written, because a separate Bhashya on them. There is one Lakshmana Suri. Lakshmana Suri is the greatest Sanskrit Pandit who has written the Bhashyas on Ramanuja Bhashyas. He has written. Likewise, in there is Satyadan Tirtha, one Uttarajamat Swami. He has also written Mahabharata, because on Vishnu Sahasranamam is written a Bhashya on that. Basically, what Vishnu, why it is called the spiritual Sara of entire Mahabharata? Why they say Vishnu Sahasranamam is given so much of a emphasis, because it has been Margali has already started for the Sauramana, Chandramana it is going to start from 15th or so. So why Vishnu Sahasranamam is it is the highest Sara of 100,000 slokas, it has been given the 1,000 names. So each name has got a different concept. It has got a different story to tell. If you take each name, I think you can give almost 1 hour, to discuss, what are all the importance of it. That is the greatness of it. So in short, why it is spiritual concept and all, because basically we have got 101 notes in our body, and the 101 notes represents 36,000 nadis, because we have got, because Sushmana, Ida, Pingala, and Sushmana, 3 nadis are there. Ida and Pingala is 36,000, 36,000. The 36,000 makes 72,000. So we have got Ida, Pingala, and Sushmana is the one which takes the energy of it. Finally, when the life goes, it is going through the Sushmana Nadi. When we say, because in whether it is Isavasya Upanishad, whatever slokas we have written, or Keno Upanishad, whatever slokas is written, finally, because when the entire body has the entire energy, the life force has to go, it is through Sushmana Nadi only. Sushmana Nadi through Kundalini, Sahasrara, through which Ashtadesha Dasangulam, from where it goes finally. It also enters through that, when the child is being formed in the mother's womb, so is it goes out into. The 36,000, they give the energy. Sushmana Nadi is the one which finally takes the entire energy. Through this Kundalini passes through in the chakras and all. The 36,000, because there is a Brihu Samhita is there in Rigveda. That Brihu Samhita is consisting of 36,000 mantras. 36,000 mantras, when you have a mantra will have a mantra as well as a Vyanjana, what they call. Vyanjana, we don't know in Tamil, we don't have that. In Telugu and others, there is called something Vyanjana, which has to be set of couplet. When it comes, it will have to be Sloka and Vyanjana, both will have that. 36,000 together, 72,000. This 72,000 in this entire, the Brihu Samhita is more than sort of because 100 crore letters, because people will not be able to do. It has been, the Sara has been taken by Bhishma Acharya, Bhishma Pitamaha, he gave it in the form of Vishnu Sahasranama. The 72,000 notes, your body has to get energized. When you recite Vishnu Sahasranama, the 72,000 nadis, they totally get energized, and finally you get the ultimate, the bliss. When you do it with full sincerity. That is why Vishnu Sahasranama is Sara of spiritual Sara of Mahabharata, and Bhagavad Gita is the psychological Sara, psychological aspect of a human being. It's a psychology, a treatise on psychology. Bhagavad Gita is nothing but a treatise on it. Is though it is a spiritual component is there, it deals with the psychology, how a human psychology, how it can be restored. In fact, in few American universities, where the Bhagavad Gita, that entire portrait is there, it is being kept as the first professor of psychology. They have kept him. Krishna is kept as the first. He knows Arjuna's mind. See, one thing, you can find, how he's a great psychologist. Because whenever he addresses Arjuna, sometimes he says Kaunteya. Sometimes, he says Gudakesha. He gives different adages. When he says Kaunteya, Kuntiputra, he tries to give a motherly advice to him. When he says Gudakesha, when you have control, because the entire laziness and sleep and all, he tries to give him the energy, because you are capable of getting the energy to fight. He gives like that. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partho, Dhanudhara, he addresses him he is giving variety of me. Dhananjaya, when he says, because he gives him another, because Dhananjaya, because you are going to be the winner of everything. Why are you worried? Go about it. Whatever comes is a win for you. Either you are win for your, because the entire psychological aspect of, because what you are being struggling with, or what you have been encountering with, because every time, whatever we are struggling with is our own mental problems only. Nothing is physical. Physically, you go to the doctor and give medicine and you take it, and you only hold on to that medicine, see that it gets cured. Unless your mind is cured, you will not be cured. It is a Pareto principle. 10% is only medicine. 20%, maximum it could be. 80% is your mind. Your mind is set right, your entire physical, you will not have any sort of problems with your health and all. You will be robust health. You will be going fine with it. That is what Krishna has used. Why is no? Because you may be knowing Kuntiya and then Kuntiputra, Dhananjaya, and Pandava Sreshta. He gives so many things, so that because I am just reminded, whenever we used to go to at times, to talk to our ministry, sometimes they used to give the instruction. This has to be done. So we can't tell them, because you are given an instruction, it is impossible to implement. And if you implement, because the entire those stakeholders, be it the customers, everyone is going to burn, because the gentleman in the ministry doesn't know what is the reality of life. He is an illusion, as our entire philosophy says. The entire world is an illusion, sitting in Delhi and with the sort of polluted atmosphere and the bureaucracy, the cutting one out of the other, pulling the legs of each other. They can't think anything else, and they give it. So he used to politely said, so the thing, he used to tell them, these are all the problems, because sometimes they may not be in a mood to listen. He said, because if it is the administrative ministry one, because they are the administrator to us, administrative ministry wants, we can't help it, politely we say. Sometimes they are willing to listen. Sometimes so there is an inkling to listen to you, because they will not listen, because they think they have been told they know everything. The people who come and deal with them they don't know anything. They're all fools, idiots that has been taught to them. So when we go there and when they have got an inkling to listen to us, we used to tell them, if the parent ministry, can set it right, we will be able to do the things. Parent ministry in the sense, because at least, you are the one who is looking after. You are a parent to the PSU to which we are attached. We used to use that name. Then only I realized how Krishna has utilized it effectively to call him by different names, so that to bring his mental ability to grasp and fight for that. It is exactly a guru, will be able to do the SWOT analysis accordingly. He will be able to do whatever he wants. This is what he will do. So when we said Svemya Bhauta Chintyamanaha, when we said all those things, this is exactly all the acharyas have used in giving that. One of the words, which I wanted to explain last mantra, which we see in 1.2.8. Narena, Avarena, Prokta, eva, because the one who is not well trained, one who is not cultured into this, Adhyatma, will not be Suvigya, Bhakta Chityamana, he will not be able to give you the comprehension of the highest power. No one will be able to comprehend. You will be able to just get a bit of it. You can get that. Ananya Prokta Gatirasta Nasti, because this is the word I want. Ananya Prokta Gatirasta Nasti, in the sense. Other than that, because Ananya in the sense who is not well versed, he will not be able to do. Anya, because because Cynthia Manaha, Ananya in the sense, because Anya is the one who fully knows. Ananya is the one who doesn't. Prokta, if he is trying to teach, Gatiratra Nasti, you will not be able to grasp, you will not be able to get that. Shankara Bhagavad has taken, because one type of interpretation for that, he is this Ananya Prokta. One, who knows. There is no Ananya in the sense there is no other than the self. The self is you and Baham Brahmasmi, when he said the self is you and me, one he knows, Ananya, it is not Ananya, the self is not the other one. He tells you, you will be able to. He has given the Acharyas have used the etymology and Sandhi and Vyakarana of the entire mantra to give their interpretation. Gatiratra Nasti, in the sense, there will not be any doubt. Once another one is Gatiratra Nasti in the sense, Gati Astra Nasti in the sense. Otherwise, if you Gati, you will be always in the samsara, in the sagara, you will be only rotating. You will not be getting Gatiratra Nasti, because when you are not able to understand, if you are not able to teach by the one who knows, I am the self and all, if he knows, then you will be able to get it. If not, other one, you will not be able to Gatiratra Nasti. This is what the interpretation, because these are all the nuances of the interpretation of the great acharyas. The same thing Ramanujacharya, when he said, the one who knows the Brahman and Atma, they are different. When he said, Ananyan Prokte Gatiratra Nasti, when he said, you should know what is Brahman and what is Atma, because they are different. Because as I said, because Sarira Mimamsika, in the Vishishtadvaita, we are all part of the Virat Swarupa. Because finally we have to realize we are part of him. He wants to have it. But if you want to know, if you are going away with him, he can't help it. But he is trying to help you. Saurabhyam and Saulabhyam, two concepts are there. So it's basically when he recited, because the sloka in front of Tirupati, which I said, because Ramanujacharya, he said it's a Nitya Vibhuti and Leela Vibhuti. Nitya Vibhuti is finally when you get the moksha, Paramatma. So you are with the God. You are in his attained the lotus feet. And Leela Vibhuti is the whatever, which is being Leela. Because these are all, because the play. It is like a drama, it is going on. We are into this Leela Vibhuti. Then we come to Madhvacharya, he says, Ananya Prokte, in the sense, Ananya in the sense one who knows. He is Ananya. He is not the same Brahman. The same Acharyas, how they interpret, using the etymology and Vyakarana and all, and there, unless he knows he is different from you, he will not be able to take you to the highest level. How he says, because then he is giving his own reasons. And not only that, because Madhvacharya, the greatest trait one will find is, he gives always the sort of evidences and shrutis from where, he is, because which gives, which adduces, which not only, it gives the entire sort of a hallmark, for his interpretation. He takes it from everywhere. Lot of, because he, in fact, if you want to see Madhvabhashya, you will have to go to so many other scriptures and read it. Then only you will be able to understand. That's why his bhashyas are very difficult to, in the sense, you should be prepared to go to another scripture where he has given the hallmark of evidence. You will have to get it and to understand that and go about. He has given everywhere. And he has also given here, not only here in Mandukya Upanishad, because seventh mantra, if you, just to remind, I am not going into the details of it, where we have called, because the last, when Advitiyam, when he gives the interpretation of Advitiyam, in Turiya, the Turiya stage, Chatuttaha, which is the highest level, when we explain it. Advitiyam, he gives the interpretation based on what you are thinking, what is not, rather than what is the object. If you are thinking, that is the Advitiyam. Advitiyam is not that self and Brahman are one and the same. How he gives, because after the mantra of 7 in Mandukya Upanishad, the 8th mantra, there is a next word, which is used being first mantra of next word. It gives the same interpretation as the not understanding the right thing. So he says Vakya Sesha. He uses, because whenever you sutra, Brahma Sutra Bhajan is only for understanding. Whenever the interpretation is done, it will have to be, you will have to bring, all the concepts together. One is Vakya Samanvita. What is in this sloka and what is the following sloka? Vakya Samanvita, Vakya Sesha, which Madhvacharya does here. The next sloka will the same Prokta Eva, because one verse is come. There it says it is other than the one. So uses the same word. So he's also using the other one is Brahma Vaivarta. Brahma Vaivarta, when he says, then he is taking us to the another scriptures. There is something called Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Brahma Vaivarta Purana is also again written by Vyasa. Vyasa has written 18 Puranas, and 18 Puranas are of different, because you can't remember all the names, because anyway there's a sloka to remember all the names of this Purana. Brahma Vaivarta Purana is Brahma Purana, Brahmanda Purana, and Brahma Vaivarta Purana. 3 Puranas listed. All the Puranas what Vyasa has written has got 400,000 slokas. 400,000 mantras. But there are people who have mastered and all, because now we have people somewhere in Kashi, Ayodhya, and somewhere in near Udupi, somewhere Hungary. There are only few and far between those seen. Those days, we have to sort of give as a sort of a dana to Brahmins. All these Puranas we have to give it on a Paurnami day. When you are doing any puja, Satyanarayana puja or anything like that, when you are giving dakshina to the Brahmanas, you are supposed to give one of the Puranas to them. So they read the Purana and give it. Vaivarta Purana, Brahma Vaivarta Purana is 18,000 slokas. So it is just ocean. You go into that, you will totally get lost. The Brahma Vaivarta Purana, he says. The 18 Puranas are Matsya Purana, Markandeya Purana, there are two. And Bhagavata Purana and Bhavishya Purana. There is one Bhavishya Purana in the sense, what is future? Because some of the Jyotisha ideas come from the Bhavishya Purana. And then Brahma Purana, Brahmanda Purana, and Brahma Vaivarta Purana, and Vayu Purana, Vamana Purana, Varaha Purana, Vishnu Purana. These are all the ones. And then Agni, Narada, Padma, Linga, Garuda. All these Puranas together. Finally, the 18 Puranas, 400,000 slokas. Each has got these points. They will be overlapping. They will be coming super. And Ayodhya, justifying, this is the Rama's birthplace, has been taken, the quote has been taken from Garuda and Vayupura. The entire quote has been taken. Geologists found out this is the place where Rama has been. Ironically, this has been taken by one Islamic geologist who is working for geological sort of the entity of the India. He is the one who picked up that and finally he proved, established this is the Ayodhya's birthplace. It came handy, while arguing the case in the Supreme Court. It came like that. It like that. Brahma Vaivarta Purana is the one who proved. Brahma Vaivarta Purana, it says it is Krishna is the ultimate Brahman. It says like the Brahma Vaivarta. And all this Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and all, they all come out of the bodies because they are all basically concepts. Mainly, Hindu Dharma, we have got everything concepts. So therefore, we were worshipping Shiva or Vishnu and all doesn't make any difference whatsoever. Says, in fact, even says Lakshmi is also Mula Prakriti. She is also with co-creator of this entire universe, which has been taken very much into the Vishishtadvaita. So that's why Korathalwan's Sri Spam, one great. Is there, where I quoted, because he does, when he does the creation, he just looks at the indication of the Tava Ingitena and Anusarena. Because Lakshmi gives the indication, this fellow should be like that, he should be given these qualities, it is his chitta, it is like that. It is like that. It happens in our house also. The Tayar only controls. Ingitena, we are also working on that only. It is perhaps been proving to that. And in this Brahma Vaivarta Purana, the entire concept of Tattvavada Advaita, what he has quoted is this. Where it says it is, we are all Pratibimba of this entire Brahman. That is how, because he has the entire Tattvavada has been quoted. It also got the entire thing. Because this has also been quoted. Shankara Bhagavad elsewhere, in his Vishnu Sahasranama Bhashyam. But he takes another Purana called Harivamsa. Harivamsa is a Purana. It is before Krishna is, because coming into the Mahabharata, entire Krishna and his entire lineage that is being described in Harivamsa. There is Kailasha Yatra, because it has been quoted in Shankara Bhagavad Bhashyam and Vishnu Sahasranama. When he says in Kailasha Yatra, Vishnu goes for a Kailasha Manasarovar and he goes to Himalayas. There is a discussion between Shiva and Vishnu. And Vishnu says, because Vishnu Sahasranamam is so sacred, whenever someone recites it, it also, because they are reciting, because they are praying to me. There is no difference between that. That's what he says. Like. So therefore, the conceptually, it's all culminating into sort of a incorporation of the entire concept altogether. And that is why the guru is required who will be able to identify and tell you. You will not think, you will not be dogmatic. You should only follow me. You should only follow this concept. You will not put barriers onto you, impediments onto you. You will be open-minded. You will be able to get the entire thing. Because what we think and what they are telling about the kingdom of God is the kingdom of dispassionate ideas. Because neither it is a kingdom of heaven nor the kingdom of hell. It is both, because it's like that. It has already been propounded into Sanatana Dharma in variety of ways. We have covered, we have taken all varieties of concept. We have not discarded everything. Together we have brought it down. That is why Guru is. Without Guru, we will not be able to open up our minds. We will not be able to get into that. We will be able to see so many things through Google and other things. Finally, the Guru is the one. Guru is nothing but the Bhashas of this Acharya. That is Upanishad we are reciting to. Next week we continue. I because 1.8 with some disturbance, it has taken away our time. So today we will go for the Bhusuktam, because Bhusuktam all of us may be knowing. is one of the Panchashuktam which is being recited everywhere and all, particularly in all the deities, wherever the Vaishnava Sampradaya is there. So it is, you will have Purusha Suktam, Sri Suktam, Bhu Suktam, Nila Suktam, and Narayana Suktam, all being recited without fail during every puja. Today we will be having Bhu Suktam. Bhu Suktam is success as well as the entire prosperity, because Bhu Suktam is you are praying to the earth. She is Mother Earth. She is a Prakriti, Muna Prakriti. She is going to pray this, because I will just conclude today's session. We will go for the small meditation. Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, Tejasvina Vadidamastuma Vishvidavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.